Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. I'm PRABHAKAR from the Delhi Entertainer. Today, in the things which touched our lives, I'll be discussing about manual telephone switchboard exchanges. There are two types of things. These manual exchanges used to be there in the P&T department, where operator used to sit and operate them. So I'm not talking about them. I'm talking about the switchboards which we used to see in our offices in 50s, 60s and even till late 70s. If you see any movies in 1960s, quite often we used to see these switchboard exchanges. So at the reception you will have a big wooden board where there used to be panels and which used to have a small light above them. So whenever a call comes from outside, that panel, that knob on the panel blinks. So operator will have a cord with two jacks on both the sides. He will put one jack into the slot where the light is blinking, and she puts her headphones on and responds. So then she can listen to the incoming call, and to whomsoever she wants, the other caller wants the call to be transferred. Say if the call is to say Prabhakar, in the exchange there will be different knobs, and each knob the operator will know that this particular knob, say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 is say my number, right? If somebody wants to talk to me, she will put the other end of the knob in that and put this into a neutral form, and so that the other person doesn't listen. When it is put in that knob of mine, and the phone which I used to have, the black color phones, that is to ring. So when I pick up the phone, the operator says so and so wants to speak to you. If I say okay, give the call to me, then she will pull down the neutral knob into a conversation mode. Then we both get connected to each other and we can talk. The moment the conversation is over, then both the lights stop blinking. At that time she will pull both the plugs and put on that table. So continuously throughout the day she has to be very watchful and keep staring at the exchange which line is blinking. Whenever a line is blinking means you have to plug in and listen to that, and plug in again the other one to transfer the call. In the same way, when somebody from the office wants to talk to somebody else, then I say suppose I want to talk to so and so in so and so company and give the number to her. She will put the knob in one of the slots and calls the other person, and when the person comes on the line, she says so and so wants to speak to you, and if that person wants to speak to me, then again she will put that knob into the plug and the call gets materialized. So this used to be the extremely tedious process of receiving, transferring the calls, and making and transferring the call. So till in India till early 80s we used to have these manual switchboards. Then after that TSPS system was introduced, wherein we have a private electronic exchange boards have come. So they are very small and cute, sort of a small box and with an exchange inside, which is electronically operated. So all this putting and pulling of the knobs has gone away with. Whenever a call comes, in that small board the light blinks, you pick up the phone and push that knob and you can talk to the person, and whomsoever you want to transfer, by pushing another button the call gets transferred. Then this was the advancement which has come into in somewhere around the 80s. I think by 2000 or so even this has become obsolete, and we have now automatic systems wherein if you call a person, there is an exchange, there is a IVR announcements are there, then where if you know the exchange, they say just punch in that number and the call automatically get transferred to the person whom you want to speak to. So gradually the role of the switchboard operator, what we used to call as earlier as switchboard operators, then receptionists, now even receptionists are not required at all. They, of course, nowadays security people develop as a security people, as well as to some extent they do the duty of telephone receptionist also, just to make entries and frisking the people or making them sit and send inside. So as far as transferring the calls are concerned, even if you are not using the mobile, even if you want to do a call on the landline, so no operator is involved, so things get automatically transferred if you know the number. If you don't know the number, ultimately if you choose to talk to the receptionist, somebody will be sitting at the reception, they will be transferring the call. But as you know that everybody has mobiles, 90% of the tele conversation happens on mobiles only, and 10% even on the board. In that also maybe more than 90% is through automatic route, and the receptionist role is very bare minimum, where people really don't know the number and maybe calling for the first time. In that cases only the receptionist now help them out. So it has tremendously progressed compared to 50s and 60s, then to 80s, now after 2000, and now more or less the requirement of receptionist and these switchboards or electronic boards have been done away with. So this is all for today. Next episode I'll come out with some other new thing which has touched our lives and completely disappeared. This is one thing which has completely disappeared from the offices during our lifetime. So I'm Prabhakar signing off.